we call this meeting? Let me go make a phone call.
Shall I send to entertainment?
We can do it. What's your genre? I like classic. Classic. You can't sing? Oh, I can't.
So, I'll introduce you.
Yeah.
All right, he's not answering. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to just try to record with a video, and because it says it's live, but it is not showing. Does it say it's live to stop? It's saying it's live, but it's not showing. It is now. It's there. Okay, sorry. All right, let's call the meeting to order. If everybody would stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Rules for speaking. Any resident wishing to address the town council must go to the podium and address the chair. You do not need to state your name or address. You should have signed in at the back. And obtain recognition from the presiding officer. Any person who is recognized by the presiding officer may speak. However, there is no guarantee you will be recognized. Non-residents who have a particular interest or information to share on a specific issue can also speak with consent of the town council. No person shall speak twice on the same issue except by majority consent of the council. However, any resident who has not spoken on the issue may ask for the floor, or he or she shall be the first to proceed. Debate shall be limited to 2 minutes for each speaker. Total time for debate on any question shall not exceed 10 minutes. No extension of time shall be allowed a speaker or to debate a question except by unanimous consent of the town council. Once a matter has been the subject of a public hearing, residents will not be allowed to address the council on the matter at a subsequent council meeting. Residents may contact their council representative to make inquiries for information. Contact information for each council member is available at the Galveston Town Hall. As a matter of courtesy to those around you, cell phones must be placed on silent or vibrate. If a call must be answered, the call must be taken outside of the meeting room. Sidebars or other distracting behavior will not be permitted. Any individual participating in distracting behavior will be asked to leave the meeting room so as not to disturb others. The open time for the open mic, or the total time for the open mic session is 20 minutes. Barry, roll call.
Council President Cindy Libby.
Here.
Council Vice President Todd Fry.
Present.
Councilperson Sam Levine.
Here.
Councilperson Sonny Sailor Wood.
Here.
Councilperson Michael Dice.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, we need the approval of the previous meeting minutes for August 18th.
I make a motion to approve the August 18th minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Wait a minute. Do I have two separate agendas?
This is the 18th one.
Okay, I was looking at the two, I started on the wrong one, so, all right. So August 18th would be it though. Okay, thank you.
Oh, I did the same thing.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then we need a motion to approve the financial statement.
I make a motion for the financial statement for the month of August.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, I guess, first. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the approval of invoices for 8/31.
Make the motion to approve the invoices for the month of August.
I'll second.
Any discussion? We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the bank statements.
I make a motion that we approve the bank statements for the month of August.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Can't hear down there. Approval of payroll warrants.
I'll motion to approve the payroll warrants.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Questions, concerns, and remarks from the audience? Okay.
I want to thank whoever put the sign up for the semis, called semis not to come down Maple Street. But we got to teach the semi drivers how to read. They don't read the sign. And Nick, I have a question for you. I have a favor to ask you.
Sure.
Between you and Randy, if you could spend one day down that street, the whole day, or even, at the peak times, on that street. Not just like a drive-by, oh yeah, we were on the street. The day.
Okay.
On that street. And see how bad it is. I tried to walk my dogs. I tried to cross on North Street, go over to Maple Street. I finally had to stop a dump truck. I made him stop so I could cross. Because he was flying down through there. I finally just went, you're stopping. So I can cross. No, maybe I made him sit. But just please, sit in my driveway. I don't care. Just spend a day and watch the cars. I watched one car go 50 miles an hour right through the stop sign. Like wasn't even there. Just flew right through it. They don't care. What happened to the barricades down on the other end?
That state, it just disappeared.
I think the county.
Sir said those are county.
County?
Yeah,
Of the count, that's county.
yeah, well, that's,
Kind of screw things up.
We actually called a guy moving them, and we cited him for disregarding the county patrol. He actually
He's moving them out of his way.
Yeah.
They were moved over to the yard
Yeah,
of
we
the
do
neighbors.
deal
Yeah.
If you don't see it, we do deal out there every single day. There's something going on. Traffic. It's happening.
there is another closure that's gonna take place, just north of Walton. They are going to, towards the end of this month, they're gonna start a second project. So it should detour some of the traffic, maybe more to the north, preventing some of the larger trucks from making it this far south.
I did come down Cemetery Road,
They
kind of came down this way. There
they
was
did.
nobody on that road. I'm like, oh, I know where they're at. They're on that road. But it was like, nobody was there.
They extended it through November too.
Yeah, I seen that in the paper.
Okay, anybody else?
Here.
Anybody else? Okay. And we'll do updates and reports from the town superintendent.
In addition to the daily test of the wastewater treatment, water treatment work orders, locates, and following were also done. Turn-offs was on the 5th, meters was read on the 7th, water samples was taken on the 4th. We had some work at the sewage plant, the 7th, the 8th, the 14th, 15th, 21st, 22nd, 29th. Yard waste and mowing was done 4th through the 5th, 11th through the 13th, 18th through the 20th, and 25th through the 27th. Also, late Friday afternoon, early evening, Reeve and Riley reached out to me about the sewer on East Griffith Street. They were going to try to target it this week. I told them that I would like a couple day notice, just so we could communicate that to the school. I've not yet seen a locate be called in on that yet, so I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But my recommendation, I've not ran this past Casey, but my recommendation to Reeve and Riley when I do talk to them is that they bring plates to where we can plate the street and keep it open after hours. So
You would probably not have seen this email because there was an email from Casey at the very end of the day today asking about whether he needed to make sure that it was done over fall break or whether there was a directive to try to keep the street open somehow or whatever. And I just told him you had the other idea, so we would wait on kind of some feedback from you. They also did request an address, so they are planning to make the payment to the homeowner for her previous expenses. So Reeve and Riley has asked her the address of where to send that check to. It was a very pleasant meeting with them when they came down a few weeks ago. I think much smoother than any of us expected.
Should we go through DLZ or do it direct?
This is coming from DLZ. Casey sent an email earlier today asking
So I'll
for.
send him the address.
I got it. I've already checked with her and gotten the PO box that she needs it sent to.
Okay.
So they have it, and we should be in good shape there. It was definitely a very pleasant ending to what we thought could be complicated. Okay, Town Marshal.
Oh, the Clifford signage update, obviously it's been completed. See several positive comments on the new completed conference calls I had scheduled this past month with block camera systems. The lens lock were completed, and we'll start doing some beta testing for the lens lock body cam system. It's a complimentary 1 month trial, so I figured we'd try it for 30 days, see if we like the software and the system. Axon 4 body cams will also be considered as another company for the sheriff's department. So moving forward with that advance, help our department get those body cams that we need, I think. The new CAD system is going to launch live on 9/16. Again, it's been over a year-long process I've mentioned. Design implementation with Sheriff Schroeder and I. This will affect all first responders, fire departments, and dispatch. The community shouldn't notice any effects from this transition other than could be delayed getting reports and stuff like that. It may take us a little bit longer to complete it until we use the new report system, so shouldn't be notice that much, but that's about the only thing I can think of. We did a search warrant today on the residents on East North Street to deal with some cultivation of several marijuana plants. We're going to hand out if you want to read that. And then that's about it this month. I couldn't get the stats for like I have been with the detour because I was busy processing about 40 pieces of marijuana evidence today. So we'll update that next month. Any questions?
Hey, when will we be able to get the cameras for a free trial?
Well, I had to sign a user agreement. I submitted all that back, so when they give us the equipment, hopefully, over the next couple weeks. So, I've never used that company before, and we've always used Axon, so I was trying to see what's out there. If there's something maybe better. Usually Axon's the top-notch echelon of probably 90% of the departments use, but we'll try it and see. We're trying something else out. Could be a little cheaper maybe, I don't know, but maybe what we need rather than going with the full package deal like Axon or something.
Okay. Standing committees, Parks and Recreation.
We just went over our plans for Live United Day, which is this Friday, and decided the color for blue for the disc golf baskets. And the trees are down in the park.
Anybody wants to participate in United Day of Caring?
We'll be here.
They have about 20 students coming here to help, 20 at the ballpark and 20 at Walton at the ballpark. And we can have signature forms for anybody that wants to come help. Okay, planning. Is there anything from planning?
Same, I know some people are worried about what's going on with new gas station. We've not seen any permits or anything. A little conflict between the funeral home and the plans of that, but that's all a civil matter and concern.
Yeah, that kind of was addressed as we were looking at county planning, that definitely is in their deeds. And so it's between them, so.
And did
Yeah,
you
it's
figure it
definitely
out, is that
civil.
what you said?
Well, it's a civil matter.
Right,
right.
And I went down and took pictures and I asked Weaver, what view are you talking about? Because there's already permanent structures within that view. And I didn't get an answer. So no one can point out the straightforward answer of what view they're looking at between the trees and the signs and the, so I don't know, but it's a civil matter, it'll be between them.
Yeah, it definitely is, because I know that was one of the things that, we looked at when we were looking at some of the county things. And it's definitely written within their deeds. It's not something that we have in any of ours.
Well, yeah, they mowed the yard, they took some trusses down, I don't know what else they got from it.
So, okay, BZA, nothing, ADA, there's nothing additional there. Aviation, is there anything? I think we have that under new business though, don't we?
I think that's.
Okay. Yep, it is. So, okay. All right, then under new business, Brad said that he will send an email in the next few days on what we need to do further to vacate the alley at the fire station and that lot east of the fire station. He apologizes that he is not here, but he was not feeling well. Barry, you probably would have the update on the source well, but that was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, so there's that. Back to the ordinance, or should we table it?
Yes. Yep. He'll send an email to update. So yeah, I guess we do need a, well, we don't have the ordinance, do we?
No.
No. So yeah, we just need to table. And I don't even know that takes action because we don't have anything really here to act on.
I'll word it.
Yeah. So we just need to delay that until the following month.
Okay.
I guess we can do a motion if that makes life better for anybody. Let's go ahead and do that. We would just need a motion to table the ordinance to vacate the alley.
I make a motion that we table the ordinance to vacate the alley between fire station plots and a lot east of the fire station.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, source well.
So I left it on there. Have we attempted to use them?
We're getting ready to. That's down the road, but just kind of, it was accepted. That was, so I take it this is an automatic because you sent it back pretty much the next day.
It was the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Barry, hearing number 2 with the budget.
Yep, you have resolution 2025-05. That would be it.
I do.
You want to ask this gentleman to sign in?
I know who he is. If he's not speaking, we're probably good.
Okay.
And even if he is, I'll fill it in for him later, or I'll tell him to go back and do that. Okay.
So just in summary, the only large items were the things that we didn't have, like general labor, for John's group. I increased deputy payroll because it was, now we're put in a great deal of time, and the others are just at the 3% increase, which is minimal. And if you don't remember, Nicole said we are more than solid to take care of this.
Okay, so it says, be it ordained, resolved by the Galveston Town Council that the expenses of Galveston Civil Town for the year ending in December 31st, 2026, the sums herein specified are hereby appropriated and ordered set apart out of the several funds herein named and for the purposes herein specified, subject to the laws governing the same. Such sums herein appropriated shall be held to include all expenditures authorized to be made during the year, unless otherwise expressly stipulated and provided by the law. In addition, for the purposes of raising revenue to meet the necessary expenses of Galveston Civil Town, the property tax levies and property tax rates are herein specified and included. Budget Form 4B for all funds must be completed and submitted in the manner prescribed by the Department of Local Government Finance. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approved by the Galveston Town Council. And then the amounts are here, and this one does require a specific call. So what do you want? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Oh, I was saying the signatures.
Yeah.
I mean, once you vote.
Right, but this one, I think we probably ought to just do it by roll call. And so, because it does have everybody marked as a specific, so you want to do that? Or you want me to do that? Okay. So either aye, nay, or abstaining, and I don't think anybody has any reason to abstain. Michael?
Yay.
Mine is a yay. Sonny?
Yay.
Sam?
Yay.
And Todd?
Yay.
Okay, and then there is a place for each of us to sign. We'll do that. And get it to Barry. Okay, that's the end of the hearing. The amendment, I think Brad said we really didn't need an amendment to the large vehicle traffic. Wasn't that your understanding from? Yeah, that you really have, unless, was there something other than you having some discretion of things? And he said you really had that within there anyway, so we really don't need to do anything with that. And so I'm not sure, does that require any action on our part, or just?
Just a blue link right through it.
Okay.
I left that on there in case there was something else that surfaced other than make sure it was.
Okay. John, this next one really, no, this isn't the one I'm thinking. The status of the traffic warning signage that goes along with that ordinance, did you have a chance to talk to the state?
I have not.
One of the things that John and I talked about that I thought about after our last meeting, where we had talked about putting signage on the 4 points coming into town that would make everybody aware of that. You know, because this was obviously ongoing after the road project. We have to have state approval to put any kind of signs in the state right of way. So John will have to get in touch with them to even be able to put the signs up that we wanted to be able to post. Because obviously the issue is coming into town and making sure that people are aware as they're coming into town on the state highway. Either that or you're going to have to mark it on every single city street. So.
We had our well-filled delineation area identified years ago. And they took our signage down and brought it to us and handed it to us.
How nice.
So we probably need to table this until next month and give John a chance to talk to the state to see if NDOT will even give us the permission to do that.
I make a motion to table the status of traffic warning signage as reference ordinance 2025-02.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? while we're on that, John, do we have any kind of updates where the bus hit the school? That's what I was thinking to start with, was the school signage. We probably do need to get that and get that.
I didn't know if they was waiting on us to get a.
They are waiting on us because that will determine whether they plan to pay it or whether they turn it into their insurance.
I will get the estimates for that.
I don't know if you guys are aware, there was a Mechanical bus that hit, what's it called?
It was just one of our caution.
Right there at the corner of our road a few weeks ago. And so I talked to their transportation director. She is waiting to determine whether they turn it into their insurance or whether they, at the school corporation, pays to take care of it. So, okay. DLZ invoice number 5. Do we have an amount for that?
Did not receive one, so just.
Okay, so. Okay. John, you're on for the status of the aviation mower purchase and your recommendation.
Okay, on your handout that I gave you, there was.
And John, just for the sake of, because you're one of the ones that's quiet, can you speak up?
So I went to the aviation meeting. We're trading in one of the larger John Deere Z997 mowers with a 72-inch deck, and the smaller John Deere F620 with a 54-inch mower deck. And trading those in for two. They are. How were those made by? Sorry, here. Hustler. And they're a batwing 104-inch mower deck. They had brought one out here for the park for us to demo. I don't know, a month ago or so. And it takes Jeff and I about half the day between the two of us to mow the park. After they dropped it off and the staff was able to try it out for a few minutes, Jeff was able to mow the park in 2 hours by himself. So we're gaining back some of our man hours. But the aviation did approve the trade. And I guess we're just waiting for the council to approve it to where they can be ordered. I think that's what Brent is waiting on. Is that correct, Gary?
Yeah, we can do more tomorrow, and they should be here early next week as long as everything's approved. I did check on that to make sure everything was in stock.
Did you say anything about warranty on them?
The 5-year, $1,200.
5 years.
And this is one that uses the source well. That was part of the reason, that was our recommendation.
Yes, if you look at that, the discounted,
21,000.
yes.
Is that through Sourcewell, that discount?
Yes. That's what that did for the town. Was discounted each mower, $10,787.31.
Do you want us, Barry, to make a motion to accept that, or how do you want that done, since it came from aviation?
That's fine, you can do it.
Okay. So it is,
Reference the vendor, the amount.
right, and it is approved by aviation, so it will come from aviation funds. So we need a motion.
This is 2, correct?
Yes.
I make a motion for the approval of 2 lawnmowers from Country Lawn and Garden in the amount of $55,609.56.
I second the motion. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mike, did you say something?
I don't, we're at the end of the mowing season though. Are we preparing for the fall and winter?
Well, we still have to mow the park, the air mat, and right now it takes Kenny, with taking the batwing mower out there, it takes about 3 days. So if we can take these out there and help him with getting that mowed, then it frees up extra man-hour days that we can get back on other things. Last week was being a short week. Tuesday, we cleaned up the property on North Street and Main Street. We still have, there was a pile of building materials that was piled up next to the fence. We did put those in more centered in the yard, got them away from the fence, and just waiting on either a dumpster or the account to be established where we can take those debris to the landfill. But you know, we're limited on our man hours, and this definitely you know, frees up a lot of time. You know, with being able to mow that out there and get everything else mowed in a faster time frame.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, one other thing that I have made note of, we need to determine Halloween, because apparently that's our jobs.
It's on Friday, isn't it?
It is on a Friday this year, so I think the schools will appreciate that rather than us try to do something crazy. I texted Nick before we came tonight and said, we've typically done 6 to 8 for trick or treat. What about a parade? Do you want a parade? What are you thinking?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, oh yeah. So what are you thinking, Nick?
Just pick it, whatever works tonight works best. I'm okay with Friday night. It seems to be good. Unless you guys want to have it on a Thursday, it's up to you guys, but I'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I know a lot of the other trick or treat stuff probably carries in the weekend, so.
Yeah, this is actually Halloween night if we do it on the 31st, which is Friday.
About school football.
I looked the other day, there's not a home football game. If we're doing anything at that point, we are away as far as Cass, or it could be tournament time. I didn't look at the master schedule to see where it was, but we do not have a home game that night.
I wonder if that, even a away game would be bad if we had it.
Probably not overall. I mean, there would be a few that would go to it, but it wouldn't impact the majority.
That's a pretty big event.
I'm gonna guess that's a tournament night. And so then that'll be my luck that we really are at home, and I just don't have that on my calendar. We have a few days. We can actually make some kind of adjustment next month if we need
Maybe
to.
don't post a flyer till about 30 days out.
Yeah. So I will double check, and if I'll check with E&D tomorrow and see what the whole status is. I should have done that ahead of time.
Yeah, whatever you decide, I'll do.
Okay, but what time are you thinking on a parade? Did you usually meet up about 5?
Yeah,
Well,
we usually
trick or
line up-
treat was at 6.
Yeah, we usually line up about 5:20, don't we? And then we take off at 5:30 and then we're done.
Okay, so we'll just leave that with you, and trick or treat 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And I realize I see a paper copy of the Misfits contract. We probably need to get that to Brad to take a look at since he's not here. Can you scan that to him maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, how's that?
Oh, I'll get you a copy.
Right down here on the
Yeah.
end, it's
I sort of say,
that or I'll give you
and that way he has a chance to look at it, and we can take care of that at our next meeting.
Okay, then that's it. I love it.
Um,
Cindy, one thing, back to the mowers. John, if you would have a purchase order.
It's here.
Oh, yeah.
I just realized it was here, and I assume, are we all signing it?
Yes, please.
Since it's,
Did you see where that money's coming from? It's the 55,000
aviation.
aviation? Okay.
So, okay, an update on county planning. We haven't heard anything else from Aaron, so it's still in their hands and we're waiting on them. Anything else? that last page is all the crazy stuff we now have to include. With that being said, I have reached out to our company that does our website, and they have told me that they will help me make those changes, but they kind of sent me a message to start with and didn't understand what I was asking, but then I think they say, oh wait, you're just doing what everybody else is trying to get in compliance. And so, because that's what everybody is doing, it will get there. It's just a matter of time. So, anybody else, anything? The public, anything? Done. So we do need you to sign in as you leave, but that way you don't have to give an address or anything.
Donnie Watkins, 307 West Jackson Street. I had looked on the website to see what happened at the last meeting, but the minutes weren't on there yet. So I just wanted to know, is there a prohibition listed for semis on the road, catty corner me, traveling on that road?
There was an ordinance passed, okay, that prohibits certain.
Because I saw at least 3 today.
Nick has the authority now to write checks between $200 and through $500. So,
because I thought there was a sign going north when they turn on there, if the one guy doesn't get out there and stop somewhere.
Right.
And there was one on the north end, but then I thought that got moved back off the road or something.
Well, the one on the north end is what, you weren't here when we were talking.
Right. That's why I looked on the website to see what, but it wasn't
The
there.
one on the north end, we would not have addressed at all because that would be county. And we're not sure why. I know Nick said somebody was given a citation because they actually moved it at one point. And then within a few days, because I had somebody that came to me at school and I said, I don't picture the county moving that. And then I came home from school one day and the sign was moved and it was like, okay, this is about the oddest thing. But, so that one actually was placed by the county. They do still have signs marking no semis there. And our guys, even though that is outside of town limits, have gone out there and patrolled out in that neighborhood as well.
Well, I just wondered about that bridge, whether those trucks were over the limit for that bridge, which would cause
They definitely,
the town or county or someone to have to fix it.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we have been told is the county will hold the state responsible for any of that. So, we're hoping that it's something that the state will come back and look at during the time, knowing that the traffic here is definitely an issue. But, don't hesitate to call NDOT and make your concerns known, because I honestly think in the end, the more people that have contacted NDOT with their concerns is probably going to validify our saying, hey, you did the damage to your project did the damage to our county and local road.
Because I know if you're pulling onto 18 from the north, you have to pull out far enough to be able to see to the left. So I hear a lot honking, beeping, all this stuff going on.
Crashes.
Yeah, crashes.
So
that's
the
entertainment.
The ordinance that we passed last month, it was already posted on the county side, but everything that we did last month forbids actually any kind of semis on any of our streets unless they're making a delivery, obviously, or something like that. But that's what we were talking about, that we don't know where we can actually post those signs to make that. He can still enforce it.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully does a lot of kind talking to say, we have an ordinance, it's not posted here yet because, but.
I saw him pistol whipping 2 people.
Yeah.
Donnie Watkins.
We wrote so many citations in the prosecutor's office that one prosecutor is going to assign Jimmy Hildebrand to file these in bulk.
Jeez.
So it's taking them all the people and giving them all one court date, and that court will be tied up at one date to address over 167 was the last count of citations that we wrote. So it's definitely putting a strain on the community,
Sure.
law enforcement, now prosecutor's office, and then now the courts. So even Lisa Swain's crew too is gonna have her payday of adjusting her schedule to get all these guys through court, because they're all disputing it. They've got attorneys, and we're all getting subpoenaed to court, so that's gonna take time of us to go to court, you know, for an hour or two, or even longer, depends on how long we're gonna sit there. So it's definitely a strain.
Yeah, because
When you look at all the layers that go into it.
there's they have a detour posted if they choose to go that road instead of
Yeah,
taking
they
the
choose.
detour.
Yeah.
But you know, I've said all along, I've been a little sympathetic because I still think it's poorly marked in Walton, you know, because it's past where they really need to detour.
Right.
Yeah.
And last night, I was behind a semi that got to Lincoln, where that last sign is before you're coming to town. As soon as he saw that sign, he slowed down to about 40 miles an hour. And so I followed him 40 miles an hour until he got to 950. And he sat there blocking the traffic so I couldn't get through. But you know, he finally ended up, he kind of did a U-turn and went down one of the other county roads, you know, because he obviously knew. But you could tell watching him his whole way into town, trying to figure out what in the world he could even do at that point. So we're trying, Don,
Okay.
but
I was just curious.
hopefully NDOT comes in and, you know, helps with making sure some things are safe when we're said and done. So, anybody else?
Just one more question. The great big, huge dump truck, are they supposed to be going down that road?
Depends on how many axles.
Yeah, I'm
Try
gonna
out.
go around in the weight. Also, that company
In down North Street?
part of they have a CDL or not. There's
Try
commercial
axles.
dump trucking, or is it more so like, you know, other avenues of commerce of using trucks? So that's what the ordinance defines as.
So, no?
I can't specifically say no until I see I see the dump truck, and if it's using 3 axles, then the driver's CDL.
Most of them are,
A Mack dump truck.
most of them are triaxle loaded with stone.
So
Well,
they're
if
not
it's a
supposed
local
to be having.
delivery, or you know, someone's getting a driveway put it in or something, then.
Stop them and have them come down our alley and put that stone.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I can't completely say no until I just have to stop and see his specifications of that.
I'll stop them and I'll call you.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Don't think I wouldn't either.
I know you would.
I second the motion.
Here we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Well, my neighbor